On September 18, 2025, a quiet afternoon in North Carolina was shattered by tragedy when a small Cirrus SR-22T aircraft went down near Macon County Airport in Franklin. Among those lost in the crash was James Cornelius, a figure whose presence in the world of country music had become both influential and beloved. Alongside him, 2 passengers also perished, leaving behind shock and sorrow that spread rapidly across Nashville, the country music community, and beyond. For his family, the loss was deeply personal. The passing of a husband and father who gave them laughter, warmth, and a steady hand. For fans and colleagues, it was the silencing of one of the most consistent creative forces the industry had known. James Cornelius was 57 years old at the time of his death. His estimated net worth stood at around $15 million, the result of decades of relentless work as a performer, songwriter, and producer. Yet money and accolades never defined him. What truly mattered was the music he created, the people it touched, and the family he cherished above all else. Born in Columbia, Missouri, on June 5, 1968, Brett was the son of Dr. Sam Cornelius and his wife Carolyn. His father's discipline and dedication as a physician set an example of focus and responsibility, while his mother's encouragement and kindness gave him the freedom to dream. From a young age, Brett showed signs of being different. While academics came naturally, there was something in him that leaned toward rhythm, melody, and storytelling. During his teenage years in Oklahoma, Brett attended Christian Heritage Academy, graduating in 1986. Afterward, he pursued higher education at Baylor University, where he pledged Sigma Chi fraternity and earned his Bachelor of Science in 1991. At first, his steps seemed guided toward medicine, an honorable profession that echoed his father's path. He even entered medical school in the early 1990s, prepared to trade guitars for textbooks. But deep inside, the quiet pull of music refused to let go. Brett would later describe that season of his life as one of wrestling between expectation and passion. Eventually, passion won. By 1995, Brett made the bold and uncertain decision to walk away from the safety of a medical career and pursue music full-time. It was a gamble, but one he believed in wholeheartedly. Signing with Career Records, a division of Arista Nashville, he released his self-titled debut album. Songs like Female Bonding, If I Could See Love, and Worth the Fall showcased his ability to weave heartfelt stories into melody. The record may not have turned him into an overnight star, but it introduced him as a voice with something to say. His track, Wake Up and Smell the Whiskey, was later recorded by Dean Miller, proving that Brett's songs had lasting weight beyond his own recordings. In addition to his album, Brett contributed to seasonal and spiritual projects. He recorded What Child Is This? For Star of Wonder, A Country Christmas in 1996, and performed the hymn, What a Friend We Have in Jesus for Peace in the Valley. These moments displayed both his versatility and his grounding in faith, qualities that would continue to define his work. The late 1990s, however, were unkind. Career Records merged with Arista Nashville, and Brett found himself dropped from the roster along with several other artists. It was a crushing blow after so much sacrifice. For a time, he drifted in uncertainty, working odd jobs, singing at open mics, and wondering if his gamble had been in vain. It was during this season of struggle that fate intervened. In 1998, Brett met producer Mark Bright, who believed in his potential and signed him as the first songwriter under his new company, Terracell Music. The deal was modest, but it reignited Brett's hope. Promising to write a song every 3 days, he threw himself into the craft. It was then that Brett discovered his truest gift, not necessarily performing on stage, but writing songs that others could carry to the world. The breakthrough was swift and powerful. Within a few years, Brett became one of the most sought-after songwriters in Nashville. His pen crafted songs that would dominate the charts and touch millions. Carrie Underwood's Jesus, Take the Wheel, co-written by Brett, became not only a #1 hit, but a cultural anthem, winning Grammy Awards and inspiring countless listeners. Hits like Jessica Andrews, Who I Am, Martina McBride's Blessed, Kenny Chesney's When the Sun Goes Down, Rodney Atkins' It's America, and Jason Aldean's The Truth cemented Brett's reputation as a master of country songwriting. The accolades followed. Twice, in 2006 and 2010, ASCAP named him Country Songwriter of the Year, a recognition of his impact and influence. But behind the trophies was a man who understood the power of words. To Brett, songwriting was more than business. It was storytelling, healing, and creating connection. Brett's reach extended far beyond country music. His versatility allowed him to collaborate with pop stars such as Kelly Clarkson, Bon Jovi, and the Backstreet Boys. He also penned I Love You This Big, the debut single for American Idol winner Scotty McCreery, showcasing his ability to write for new generations and audiences. His career also expanded into production, where he shaped projects like Josh Grayson's We Weren't Crazy, Christy Lee Cook's Why Wait, and Kip Moore's Up All Night. His touch could be felt on everything from re-releases of Taylor Swift's debut to Jessica Simpson's Do You Know. His fingerprints were everywhere, often unnoticed by the casual listener, but essential to the sound of an era. Despite the demanding life of music, Brett's heart was firmly rooted in family. He was a devoted husband to James Cornelius and a proud father to their children. His success never overshadowed his identity at home, where he was remembered for his humor, kindness, and unwavering support. His family was the anchor that kept him grounded, reminding him that the accolades of the industry were fleeting, but the love of home was eternal. The crash that claimed his life in September 2025 was both sudden and devastating. News spread quickly, and tributes poured in from across the country. Fellow artists, collaborators, and fans remembered him not only for the hits he had written, but for the generosity and humility with which he lived. For Nashville, it was like losing part of its heartbeat. For his family, it was an indescribable absence.